Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live here on this Thursday, the 25th of May 23.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Excuse me. Yeah, just having a look through the weather charts while we were on the countdown there. So it caught me a bit unaware, even though I said I was ready. Yeah, it's
been again quite a nice week, really. Continuing from last week.
Yeah, it's
we're
just
along this dry stuff for quite some time.
Yeah, we've clouded over in the last, say, 12 hours or so over here.
I believe it clouded over, I think, around about 4ish here.
All right. It was
we had blue skies all day, then apparently it's clouded over about 4 o'clock when I was at work. And evening, gents. Good evening, Facebook user.
Facebook.
Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding me. The banner.
It's just put from. Ignore the quads in the background.
If you're on Facebook, just if you're not registered to StreamYard, just put your name at the end, or go to YouTube, also on there as well. I'm looking at the wrong page here because I'm looking at the right side here. If you go to YouTube, and it'll just come up. If you post a comment, it'll just come up as your username if you're logged in.
It will indeed. So yeah, the only real weather of any significance at the moment is Super Typhoon Mawar. Hi Sarah.
No problem. Thank you for tuning in.
Well, as I was saying, yeah, the only real weather of any significance at the moment, as I say, is Super Typhoon Mawar at the moment. I know there's going to be some outbreaks of like thundery, possibly tornadic rain over in America in the next few days. There was last night.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Have you got anything from that tropical storm? Oh, not tropical storm.
from Super Typhoon Mawar? Yes, I have actually. I'll just bring up the.
You bring that up first, and I've got something straight after to share, like boys and girls, or girl
persons.
Person.
Other people. We don't want to get it cancelled, Michael. We don't want to get cancelled. So this is from Zoom.earth, and it gives you the latest winds, which are over here, measured at 1300 hours or 1200 UTC. The winds were 175 mile an hour. As you can see, there's Guam. It crossed Guam as a very strong typhoon at 140 mile an hour. It's now back in the Philippine Sea at 175 mile an hour. Forecast this evening, about midnight, to go to 180 mile an hour and then start to decrease, as you can see, as it approaches the Luzon Sea there towards Taiwan and the Philippines, because it's going into more cooler water there. So I'll come to that in a minute.
Looking at that, when it passed Guam, it looks like it was like Atlantic equivalent of a 4, category 4. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
but now
right
it's
now
definitely category 5 now.
Oh, it's well up there in category 5 territory.
Yeah, everything over 156 miles an hour. It was a 57. I think it's 156. It's classed as a category 5 and above.
Yeah, anything over that. Anything over a category 4 hurricane for the Atlantic is classed as a super typhoon over in the Pacific. But this one's been going on for days now. As you can see, it started down here as a tropical disturbance, then wiggled around, then become a tropical storm.
Back on, was that May 19th when it started?
17th. It started as a tropical disturbance, and then 20th, 21st. Then it became typhoon status on the 21st, and it's now the 25th. So it's been going 4 days, and I believe in this area where it is now, the temperatures are around about 30, 31 degrees.
Yeah.
So, as you can see,
looking at that, apart from hit Guam, doesn't that looks like it's not going to hit any landfall at this stage?
No, unless it makes a this is called uncertainty, obviously. But if it hits towards the Philippines, I don't think is that thing there. There's Manila and, there's all the other islands there. But Taiwan, I believe it'll become, just a normal typhoon by then. So by the time it gets anywhere near Taiwan, it'll be probably another tropical disturbance or something. So we'll just go to the latest. Oops, just decided to refresh. This is the infrared for. Hang on, I think I've just cancelled it. Sorry. Back again. This is the problem I had when I was left on my own the other day as well. I do apologise. So, here we go. So this is the infrared of the super typhoon. As you can see, a perfect eye wall there. It's wobbling a little bit. So it is undergoing, recycling. But it isn't collapsing at all, and there's some really impressive tops. As you can see, they're well into the minus 90s in these little purple areas here. Not purple, sorry, pinky purple areas.
Yeah.
Minus 90 tops of the super typhoon. But yeah, even well out to sea here, there's minus 90s as well. Let's have a look at let's see if he's also on analysis. Here we go. Yes, I was going to show the ocean temperatures. Bear with me a second. This is all from Tropical Tidbits. I'll go to ocean analysis. There we go. And we can have a look at the SSTs. So as you can see where Marwar is, it's around about here somewhere. It's in like mine.
I can't see it. Flick your thing across.
Yeah, so around about here somewhere is Marwar.
No, you haven't changed your screen, matey.
Oh, sorry. I'm doing it again. Apologies. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. There's a clever boy. So it should reach temperatures around about 30 to 31 degrees as it approaches the Philippines, hence why it's intensifying the way it is, probably 180 mile an hour tonight, maybe even 185 at a push. But then as it crosses that bit of warmer water, it then crosses as it goes towards Taiwan, which is up here, into temperatures of around about 25 to 27 degrees, which, as we know with Atlantic hurricanes, same with typhoons, that then just depletes all the power out of the storm then. And obviously it stops recirculating and then just collapses. So if it continues up, as you can see there, 20 degrees in this green area, that'll just collapse the typhoon completely. So let's go to this. This is the spaghetti model for Marwar. There we go. So this is what the various runs bring it in at, and a lot of them are obviously going towards the Luzon Strait here between the Philippines and Taiwan. Seems to have it lurking somewhere in the sea here and then going off on a northeasterly trajectory, which is generally what they do anyway.
My guess it will be picked up by the jet stream around there then, is my guess, looking at that.
Yeah, I would imagine that as well. Bear with me a second. I forgot to put in the charger. There we go. Do we have some power? Yes, we do. Brilliant. Yes.
Just after that, would you be able to have a look at the sea surface temperatures anomaly where you can see if you can see the El Nino picking up?
Yeah, sure.
I think you've got one of the charts on there.
There we go.
That's the one.
So
you can actually see it there now. It starts to form right along there. Yeah.
And then obviously Marwar's up here somewhere, so as you can see, the temperatures are quite well above average. But yeah, El Nino's pumping away there, very strong off the I think towards Venezuela, somewhere like that. Peru, Bolivia.
I don't know. Is it Peru down there, or is it a bit
Peru,
further
Bolivia,
south?
somewhere like that. Really, really warm sea surface temperatures. They'll obviously come out to sea. And I would imagine there'll be some more typhoons being brewed up along the course of that to end there. But as you can see, towards our neck of the woods and to the south, the temperatures are warming up again. They're more towards average towards the north, if a little below.
Since how much of the Atlantic away from the eastern seaboard is actually above average at the moment.
Just looking around the Mediterranean as well, and in towards the Black Sea and obviously down there towards the Suez Canal and stuff. Really colder than average.
Yeah.
So that might be with the high pressure we've got at the moment, bringing the colder.
If there's a lot of unsettled weather there, I'm guessing it's not warming up as quick as it would normally do when they've got the high pressure towards like the Med.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to look at on the GFS in a bit. Right. Now we're done with all that.
I think we might have a look at that again next week or something like that.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on the SST anomalies and obviously the sea surface temperatures as well, because I think currently ours are around about Well, it says between 9 and 16 on the other map, so they'll obviously warm up. It'll be interesting. I'll try and find something that brings like our neck of the woods, because usually by now we're around about 13, 14 degrees, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
just go back to here, share this tab. Right, UK
Before
Vita.
you, so I'm going to pause you there. Before you actually
Yeah,
carry
you said
on,
you had some stuff, didn't you?
yes. So
There
I'm
you go,
just
mate.
going to go straight onto the screen share. Must will just carry on following on from yeah, that's the one. Quick look for the first time this year at the National Hurricane Centre. We do have, because the hurricane season does actually start on the 1st of June. But saying that, I think there was talks of it perhaps they're going to start it a bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's come about yet, but anyway, yeah, we've got a disturbance just off the Florida coast. I'll just bring that up a little bit so we can read the full lot. It's only a 10% chance, but at the minute, as of 2 p.m. EDE times, southwestern Atlantic, disorganized showers and thunderstorms off the coast of southeastern United States are associated with a front and trough of low pressure. A non-tropical area of low pressure is expected to form along the frontal boundary within the next day or so. The system appears unlikely to become a subtropical or tropical cyclone, since it is forecast to remain frontal while moving generally northward and inland over the Carolinas this weekend. Regardless, the storm is likely to produce gusty winds, dangerous surf and rip current conditions along portions of the southeastern United States late this week and into the weekend. Heavy rain is expected in portions of the Carolinas, with hazardous marine conditions expected over the coastal and offshore waters, where gale warnings are in effect. Then, for more information, check your National Weather Service office, and the next 48 hours is 10%, and the formation chance of the next 7 is also 10%.
Also interesting to see.
So we need to keep that. I think the National Hurricane Centre expects to be a quieter season this season.
It'd be interesting to see how the thunderstorms come out of Africa as well. What
So something we're starting to look at between now and till the end of autumn, really.
Yeah.
Eastern Pacific is quiet, nothing happening at all. But with El Nino starts to form, I'm expecting this maybe to pick up at some point soon. So obviously the waters are going to be warmer than average. And I was just checking something there. And the Central Pacific, nothing.
I'm just on look see the wider picture for us. North Atlantic. There we go. No, that's yours.
Look, see if there's anything there I can look at. Now I'll leave it as that for now.
That's fine.
And it's back to you.
Back to me. Yay. Right. I was just pulling up the ECM chart, the more wider chart. Obviously, the weather's going to be quite settled over the next few days, but to just bring the more wider picture rather than just focusing on the UK. As we said, next 5 days, it's just as you were, really. So I just wanted to bring this, try and stretch it out a little bit rather than just bringing it as a 10-minute roundup. So as you can see here, this is the ECM chart from Tropical Tidbits as well. Quite a good website this is actually for charts, especially for different things anyway. Well, as you can see, yes, the jet stream is more northerly shifted up here, and that's obviously bringing us more cooler weather than we have had of late. I'm just going to move this across, as you can see. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this website. Just going to unzoom this. Bear with. There we go. So, yeah, as I say, guys, just bear with me a sec. Right. Try move this, but it ain't moving. It's just my luck. Right. Is there an up and down? Oh, it's here, look. Silly me. So that high pressure just meanders around the west of the UK. Obviously been coming up from the Azores.
Speaking of which, have you looked off the coast of Iberia?
I was just looking at that actually. Possibly a cut-off low there. Let me just go back, see if it is. Yeah, it's a cut-off low, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like it actually comes from inside Iberia. I'm just going
If
to
you think about it, the air around there of high pressure on the southern flank will move things to the west, and that's what it looks like been picked up.
I'm actually going to go to the Europe. There we go. That'll bring us a better view of it. So there we go. As Michael was just pointing out, that low in Iberia, building up possibly some thunderstorms, builds up into a cut-off low. Might that come and affect us?
No.
Have a look. Hopefully not. We would like it to, because it'll bring thunderstorms, but it doesn't look like in the short term that high pressure just, doing what it's doing, really. Bringing in some more northwesterly influenced temperatures during the weekend as this front moves through. Obviously, Michael will have more about that in the GFS run in a bit. But that high pressure just stays to our west. That low that we were on about is out here now. Interesting to see where that goes. It could even be a hurricane, you never know. But unlikely. It just looks like it's a cut-off low. That was high pressure reasserting itself for next week, for Sunday. And yeah, just high and dry, really. Plenty of thundery activity along southern Europe, obviously on the lower half of that flank of high. Just to see where it goes. Yeah, just high and dry for the whole 10. Well, that's still in progress of updating. That's up to Monday, which is basically what the UKV is giving us as well, which is what I'm going to go to now and bring the temperatures for that. So, yep, high and dry, as I say. Just go back up one. There we go. So that cloud that we are experiencing at the moment here in northern England and in the Midlands keeps going during the night, doesn't seem to burn off or anything like that. If anything, it reestablishes itself, becomes even more thicker. Minimum temperatures under the cloud between 10 and 13 degrees, away from that between 5 and 8, I would say. Let's go back to that. So as we go through tomorrow, more cloud, not really shifting, not burning off or anything like that. Maybe a few showers underneath that cloud. Maximum temperatures still reasonable, between 10 and 19 in Scotland. Northern England could see 20, maybe 21. Into the south, drop that down one. Here we go, 2021 in where the sun comes through. I would say 2021, maybe 22. But elsewhere, where the cloud sticks, between 16 and 19 degrees. So yeah, still pleasant. And that cloud, oops, for some reason it's gone to Saturday. There we go. So that cloud remains stubborn across the Midlands into Wales and northern England. Seems to burn away though as we go through the night. I say burn away. Anyway.
fade away.
Yeah, fades away, don't burn away. The sun burns that way. And the sun isn't out at that time. Anyway, under the cloud,
The moon is
on
either.
the moon, between 9 and 13 degrees under the cloud. Pretty much the same under, away from it as well. It's obviously the heat's getting trapped underneath the cloud from the day. So let's see where Saturday brings us. There's that front I was telling you about, which may introduce some cooler conditions. On Saturday, that moves south, introducing some more cloud. Top temperatures, another warm day, possibly 23 in the Midlands there, Michael.
That's all right.
Across Scotland, between 9 and 15, possibly 17, 18 across the eastern coast. Ireland, where the front is, between 13 and 16. To the south of that, between 18 and 22, maybe even 23. England, Northern England, between 17 and 21, maybe 22, somewhere in York, maybe somewhere like that, Harrogate, who knows. Then we'll go into the Midlands, so East, West Midlands, Nottinghamshire area, between 19 and 23, there towards the west of the West Midlands, somewhere like Shropshire, Telford, Shrewsbury, somewhere like that could be 23 degrees. So up to the south, somewhere like Exeter, 23 degrees, maybe even Bath or Bristol, 20, 21, 22. So another warm day on Saturday, despite the invading cloud. And let's move through. That cold front moves through. Minimum temperatures, as you can see there, cooler air more getting introduced between 3 and 6, maybe 7 under the clearer skies. Obviously to the south of that, between 9 and 13, maybe even a 14 somewhere. I was going to Sunday daytime. Let's see what that brings us. More cloud. So I think this high is going to get a bit mucky. It's coming over the top of it, really, isn't it? Maximum temperature's a little lower, as I say, but still respectable, between 13 and 17 in Scotland. Ireland between 12 and 19. Northern England between 17 and 20. But along the coasts between 11 and 13 degrees. As you move further south, as you move further inland, the temperature rises away from that sea breeze. And down into the south, under the clearer skies, 22, maybe even a 23 again, somewhere in the west. Right, Michael, I hope you're ready.
I am in TD.
It's over to you.
There we go. Yep, we're on the screen. So this is the good old Met Office facts chart as of midday today. As we mentioned, it's all high pressure in charge across the UK, with low pressure across the Mediterranean, where we've got some showers and thunderstorms affecting parts of Iberia. I did see a few days ago, I think it might have been on Tuesday, where parts of Benidorm was actually flooded.
All right.
Again, potential of that to happen again, because obviously with high pressure sat across the UK and like towards most of Northern Europe, really, low pressure's got to be somewhere. It's all across the Mediterranean, so there could be some thunderstorms that could be built up during the day across the parts of the Med. So if you're going over towards the Mediterranean between now and probably for the next week or so, you might need to take either, I would say, a raincoat or something like that, shorts and t-shirt. We're not going to keep you Excuse me, keep you too dry.
No, bring your brollies.
And the old saying is that rain in Spain mostly falls on the plain. Yes, it will do when you sat the wrong way. But anyway, as we go into Friday, high pressure, 1,035 millibars, is sat across the UK. It's almost like a 1,034 to 1,035. That's low that was shown across Iberia. That's heading towards the just off the coast of Portugal, but with some troughs there, still risk of some heavy showers and thunderstorms. And we've got another trough towards Greece as well. But I'll say anywhere because the pressure's quite slack. Daytime heating could trigger some heavy showers or thunderstorms. Okay, into midnight onto Saturday. High pressure still there. We've got this cold front approaching the northwest of Scotland. Again, across the Med. Still got that low pressure, but there is a bit of high pressure coming into parts of the Pyrenees, which will start to dry things out a little bit, and a bit more towards North Africa there as well. Eastern side of Europe, Eastern Mediterranean, got a bit of a little low there. Again, could produce some rain or showers. Into Saturday, still got that high pressure, still well in charge. And that cold front is starting to move into northern Scotland. But as it moves into the area of high pressure, it's going to squeeze the moisture out, and there could be a few light showers still around. But what this will provide between now and Monday is cooler air across much of the UK. But with that weakening cold front, we will see that legacy of cloud moving through the country. Again, that's still trough sitting over towards western Iberia, affecting western Spain and into Portugal. And the air is very slack across the Med as well. And that trough is still sitting out towards Eastern Europe. Let's go into Sunday. As mentioned, that weakening of that cold front. We've introduced a bit of fresher air. And that just legacy of cloud, really. Coming down that legacy of cloud moving southwards, but on the north, I can't speak. Yeah. And placing the eastern side of England facing the North Sea, with the wind coming down from there will make it feel a little bit cooler as well. Temperatures probably struggle to get into probably about the mid-teens, where elsewhere could be the high teens and low 20s. I'm still seeing a few troughs around across the Med still, so nothing's really changing there. And Sunday, virtually much the same as mentioned throughout this facts chart. That cold front going down the North Sea, legacy, a bit of cloud around. And we've got quite a few troughs around the Mediterranean. This is where it seems to play up. And into midday on Monday, after that weakened cold front clears off, high pressure then takes full control of our weather, and more or less centred just on there. It's got it centred just off the eastern coast of Scotland, and with numerous of troughs through the Mediterranean as well. So let's have a look at the GFS. If I'm about to get there, I've just gone blank there for a second. It's been a long day at work. Thursday's normally our busiest day at work, and I'm still doing it live. So this is from the lunchtime run of the GFS. And what can we say? I'm just going to quickly run through this. It's just high pressure. And that's obviously that cold front coming through and decaying. Then high pressure reassets itself across the UK. And it's just going to be there throughout, really. But high pressure does actually move more towards the northwest of the UK, and pressure is starting to lower a bit towards the south there. We'll have a look at the radar, precipitation and all that, as low pressure might just move a bit closer to the south there. But high pressure is always right on our doorstep, and it is looking high and dry, even as we're heading to, where are we now? Day 13. High pressure still sat just to our northwest. Then we've got to keep an eye on perhaps some breakdown towards the south-southeast, but that is a long way off yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with the high pressure sat there. I was like, we'll introduce a bit cooler air coming in from the northwest. So looking at these charts from the midday run, not looking like a massive heat wave really, and just that's actually breaking it down a bit there towards the end of this run. Not looking at a heat wave at all. Temperature is going to be about there or there, about average really. Let's have a look at the upper air temperatures. So let's bring that forward to what we'll see as we get into Sunday. See that cooler air does move down across the UK, but with temperatures rising on Monday, it soon warms back up again. Well, that's a bit different actually, seeing that 10 degree isotherm actually formed towards our northeast there. So yeah, looking for at least for the next week or so, it's going to be feeling quite, I'll say, warm. Looking at temperatures in a second, temperatures will be high to mid-teens depending on cloud amounts. Apart from this weekend, as mentioned, with that cold front. And this is not showing any hot air, or the only cool air coming down, as mentioned, right up towards the end of the run, which is 2 weeks away. But a lot can change between now and then. That does introduce much cooler, fresher air. And that cooler, fresher air might spiral off air of low pressure, but that is in the most unreliable time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look at the Cape charts, because if pressure is beginning to slacken towards the south, potentially risk of some heavy showers or thunderstorms right at the end of the run. So literally nothing to report at all. With high pressure in charge, there's absolutely no trigger. So if there's any Cape, it wouldn't make any difference at all. But we can just start seeing hints actually towards France there, where pressures begin to lower just a little bit. And that does actually move closer in about a week's time, yes. So that's maybe something to keep an eye on, maybe towards next weekend. Got lovely colours down here towards France there. So risk of some possible thunderstorms there. And there's a very small risk there towards the southwest. Does that bring any of that up towards the weekend, next weekend? Just stays off into France on this run. That's a bit of -5 there. Quite a lot of Cape lift there. We'll go up to around about 2,000 joules there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely in the more unreliable time frame towards the end of this run. That's when we see that cold air moving down from the north. So nothing significant there. Let's put the rainfall on. Perhaps if I bring that across, there we go. Then we'll have a look at the temperatures, and I might just leave it for tonight. So UK precipitation. Good luck finding it. Just ignore anything that's blue on there. Definitely there's nothing around at the moment. Only when we get into Sunday, it's just that legacy of that cold front which dies a death. I think that's completely overdoing it, and I'm expecting any rain at all there. And as you can see, throughout All of next week, absolutely nothing until we get into potentially next Friday. We're seeing those thunderstorms hit northern France. And the question is, will they cross the channel or will they get held back by that high pressure? Looking at that, it gets held back by the high pressure. It does try to attempt it into like day 12. So yeah, even under precipitation, even for the next at least 7 to 10 days, it's more or less universally dry. Let's have a fun look at the temperatures. And it's just the case now that temperatures will be down to how much cloud you've got. As we were seeing, we are going to expect it to turn a little bit cooler through Sunday. Just bear me a second.
Don't worry, guys, we're still here.
Say that again, sorry.
I said, don't worry, guys, we're still here.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Just having technical issues. Just bear with us a second. I'll just I'll play the play the lift music in the background. So yeah, the weather's going to be a bit static, I think's the word, in the next few days. Sure, Michael will be back with us in a second. Trying to fill the best way I can here. I do apologise. Can we have you back, Michael?
Right. Tomorrow temperatures will be into the mid to high teens, maybe a 2021 somewhere. Saturday, let's see, expect to see temperatures probably into low 20s actually, parts of northern England. Maybe we'll show the 21 there towards London. And begin to see that cold front coming into northern Scotland there, where temperatures are getting down into just into double digits there.
Digits.
As we head into Sunday, there's that cold front, well, what's left of it, affecting parts of northern England and eastern England as well. I'm just running down there with that legacy of cloud. That's where temperatures again into the mid to high teens, perhaps low 20s in a few spots. And then Monday as well. That's where we just see that cold front moving down, just dropping the temperatures down by maybe around about 5 degrees. But again, that depends on cloud amounts. We'll feel pleasant in the sunshine, even though we'll feel a bit cooler. Tuesday returns back to normal. Temperatures even go up to the low 20s of parts of Western Scotland there. So that's a nice change for them to see temperatures up into the 20s. And away from these North Sea coasts, temperatures again might be a bit of a struggle there, perhaps with a bit of an onshore breeze. And Wednesday, temperatures are looking very nice for Western Scotland there, definitely warming up there. Temperatures could get up to 24 degrees up there, so 24, 25 possible. So most places could get into the 20s, really. So heat building day by day. Again, it's all about the cloud amounts.
It is.
So if you're stuck under a lot of cloud, you're probably looking mid to high teens. If you're in prolonged sunshine, easily low 20s. Looking at the spell, could be seeing temperatures up into maybe up to 25. Got a bit more heat there towards France, where the heat is building across the land. But definitely seeing a lot of low to mid 20s really there.
Yeah, in the unreliable time frame now as well.
Yeah. Then it cools down at the moment, subject to change. It could cool down next weekend, but back to more or less average temperatures.
Yeah.
So let's bring that forward because this showed that coolness coming down from the north. Well, I did say coolness coming down from the north. That's got Midlands and parts of northern England struggling to get into double figures, really. I'm guessing maybe a cold front coming down, legacy of cloud.
It's even having 5 and 6 degrees in Scotland.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the 12 o'clock. I don't know what the 12 o'clock run's been having.
Yeah. It's been a bit
on my medication, I think.
It's definitely been quite a nice warm one, really, for at least the next week. Any sudden change at the minute looks to be possibly next weekend, but that's on the borderline, really.
And I'm going to miss 2 days of good weather as well, aren't I?
I miss it 5 days a week.
I know, you miss all the best part of it. You miss all the nice warm weather while you're in that freezer. For you.
Yeah, I've actually been in the freezer today, saying that minus 22 all day.
Give me plus 22 over minus 22 any day of the week.
Just realised I'm staring at nothing now. There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was just alluding to, guys, I am going to be off from Sunday. I will be here on Sunday, but from then on, I've already discussed this with Michael and Gordon as well. I'm going to be off because I'm having an operation. I won't say major, but it's going to put me out of action for a week or two. So
I'll be here covering
will still be
sunshine.
There. And I'll be doing a Gav's Weather Vid special and updating people from my deathbed. I mean, my hospital bed. So
sounds enthusiastic.
It's the local hospital. So you know what they say. You only go to hospital for 2 things. Anyway, let's get out the macabre stuff. Back to the here and now. Weather, still the same, more of the same. That's all we can say, really, isn't it?
Yeah, high and dry.
High and dry and very, very dry.
Yeah. High and dry, unless you're in the Mediterranean where risk of some heavy showers or thunderstorms. So if you're going there for the full half term, just bring maybe a jacket or something. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up and let you get some.
But not another storm because that's a silly thing to do.
Yeah, honestly, I think we'll wrap up now and let you go get some shut eye.
I'm a cat a minute.
Get him some coffee, quick.
Yeah. Don't do coffee.
Send him to chaos very quickly. Anyways, I think we'll call it a night there.
Yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll see you on Sunday for about 8 o'clock. So it's goodbye from him.
And it's good night from him. And we'll see you on Sunday.
Ta-ra for now. Thanks for watching. See you Sunday.